It's coming home, folks. It's official. It is definitely coming home. Welcome back to Very Biased Opinions and welcome to the first England review of Euro 2020. A perfect start for England in the first game, even though it wasn't necessarily a fantastic match. It was a great result. It ended England 1, Croatia 0. As you can see, as always, I'm not on my own. I'm joined with Chicago Fire's #1 fan, Thomas Pickering. Thomas, first of all, happy?
Yeah, they won. They beat Croatia. They're in the World Cup final. I'm really excited about
They're
that.
in the World Cup final. Oh, no. He's got the wrong year.
Shit. It was what you describe as a professional performance from England. They never looked threatened. They definitely won the game. And a lot of players got a run out. So it was a good result. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I mean, pleased with the result. I mean, that's ultimately the only thing that matters. I mean, no one really remembers how you played in your first group game come the end of the tournament. So, good to play what we perceived the hardest team in the group to play, and to beat them by a 1-0. It is an encouraging performance by England. Where do you want to start dissecting this? Should we start with the goal, or do you want to go half by half, or start with formations and tactics, or?
Let's really quickly go through the game, and then we'll hit the talking points from there.
Well, let's say at the start then, because the usual thing with England, as soon as Southgate names 11 in any formation, straight away it's basically on Twitter or social media. What the hell is he doing? This guy's a clown. He doesn't know what he's doing.
What is he doing? Why is Kieran Trippier playing left back? Like, he doesn't have a left foot. It doesn't matter. There's no need to get mad. They won the game.
Yeah, but it was a strange decision. It was a strange decision to. I just don't understand. Personally, I don't understand it. I mean, Trippier didn't have a bad game, but he didn't influence the game that much in any way. But you would have thought that he would have done and this is no slight on Trippier at all. But when you've got left backs that have played well this season, why the hell are you playing one of your? Is it because he's got to justify all these right backs being in the squad?
But and then Kyle Walker, how is Kyle Walker? So what I heard is that Trippier's in the squad because he's a better man-on-man defender. But he's got Aaron Wan-Bissaka at right back, and he puts Kyle Walker in there instead. And Aaron Wan-Bissaka seems to be openly accepted as the best man-on-man defender in the Premier League. So, let's talk about Phillips. He put Phillips in center mid in CDM, and that was an inspired decision. It's panned out so well. He was man of the match. He was fantastic. And it's not just that assist. His range of passing, his ability to slow attacks down. I mean, multiple times, he was basically Harry Kane because Harry Kane is now apparently a CDM. So, somebody else had to play striker, and Phillips did a great job.
Breaking news, though, Tom. You've been reporting on Harry Kane being a CDM since the very start of Very Biased Opinions. Go back and fact check me on that one. But really, Southgate, whatever formation he's going to play, whatever players. I mean, look, a lot of people were annoyed that Sterling played. He ultimately gets the winning goal and is the match winner. So there you go. Yeah, I think I had question marks over it too. It wasn't just yourself. He hasn't had a great season for Man City. So I think that we all wanted to see Jack Grealish play, but he hasn't. And Sterling's got the winner. So fair play to him for that one. But England started the game really well, Tom. I'd say they're saying the first 20 minutes. I'm going to split the difference and say first 15. They played. They pressed Croatia. They created chances and really should have been 1-0 up early doors.
Yeah, I mean, the Foden chance was brilliant. Works himself a tiny bit of space and curls an effort against the post. Sterling, a minute later, is played in and manages to stamp on top of the football instead of kicking it in a forward direction as most strikers do. And England were in complete control, and they were pulling the strings. And after about 10 to 15 minutes, you just saw it happen. They went, we haven't scored yet, so
a combination of things happened, didn't it? I mean, there was also a Phillips volley that was really good.
He caught that so sweet.
But Modric just went deeper and deeper and deeper to get the ball, and he was really just almost playing off the back line. And then he started to get more and more space in England. It was a hot day, remember. You can't press the ball out of the gate all the time. You've got to be strategic about it. And then they were able to pick their passes and get in behind and control. There were times in that first half where England did struggle to get out, but I felt they defended well, and Pickford didn't have any saves to make in that first half at all, I think.
No, they were in complete control. You never felt like they were going to concede, totally honestly. It felt like one of those Premier League games where it's just bogged down in the middle of the park for most of it. It was not a lot going on, and we got to halftime at 0-0. Came out for the second half, no changes. And I wouldn't say England played specifically better than Croatia, but the goal was a really well-worked goal. It was a great ball to Phillips, who evades the guy trying to tackle him by about a quarter of an inch, and then just turns inside. Sterling runs across his marker, perfectly measured ball. Sterling does everything he can. I think he lets the defender touch it and the goalkeeper touch it, but he gets in the back of the net. It's 1-0. And that felt like the game. It just, the minute it went in, you went, "Oh, cool, that's it. We're done. We've won."
It did. I mean, again, not for the first time in this tournament. I mean, we're only still in its early stages. First halves have been rather dull, and the games have got better into the second half. And I think that's what I like about this England side, is it's not just 2 or 3 players that can provide the spark of quality. Even from the central defensive midfield positions, you've got 2 players in there that can produce moments of quality, like we've seen from Phillips here. And I know Rice had a quiet game. In fact, I think Rice's contribution came down to 1 decent block in the first half, 1 decent block in the second half. So a combination of he stood in the right place often enough to do all right. So Phillips definitely provided a moment of quality, and it was for all the shit that Sterling got, it was great to see him get the goal. MBE Sterling as well. So there you go. Perfect time for him to score it. And where you would expect Harry Kane to be, Raheem Sterling was, and he tucked it away. And I felt the game might open up a little bit more then, but I'm not sure it necessarily did.
No, it definitely closed down. It was a bit like the first half after the goal went in. Like, England got their goal, there's over 20 minutes of the game left, and it just kind of, and it isn't a bad thing. I'm not complaining. It just petered out at that point. Like, neither side really wanting to risk anything. Croatia don't want to lose 3-0. England don't want to ship a goal. I thought Tyrone Mings was brilliant at centre back. Calvin Phillips was brilliant in centre defensive midfield. I thought Mason Mount had a perfectly good game. But again,
quickly, Kane hit the post.
Kane literally slammed the post as hard as physically possible. I was like getting worried he had a broken arm, but again,
he should have scored.
Oh yeah, no, it should have been.
That's like the one time he's in the bloody box, he balloons it over, and then the couple of more of the half chances, I felt it felt like they were falling for England a little bit. There was one that fell to Sterling, and you wish Kane would have taken responsibility because he kind of ballooned it over. And there was a Mount free kick, which was kind of close. But I'm glad you did highlight Mings, because I thought he was excellent. I thought he was really good. After 2 shaky warm-up games, this was a real test for him being in that back line. And I thought he stepped up really well today.
Yeah, I thought. I think we've talked about this a lot on the channel, but about the fact that you have to control John Stones. Like, John Stones plays best when there's a centre back talking, and Tyrone Mings doesn't let anything happen on the pitch that he's not contributing to, and he's an absolute man mountain. And you saw it multiple times. The Croatian striker would back into him, and he'd get touch tight, and then just wrap his leg around the body of the player and try and clear the ball.
Maybe also give a bit of credit to Stones in there. The fact that, like, Southgate's put him in there with Stones, and both of those guys maybe better playing in a 4. Or, as a back 2 centre-backs for us. Connor Cody better playing in a 3.
Yeah.
So maybe he felt maybe Cody was the one who was a bit out of position in those warm-up games, which affected Mings as well. So generally, it seemed like, from a tactical point of view and a defensive point of view, England did get it pretty right today.
Yeah, they definitely did. Modric didn't really offer a huge amount in the game. Near the end, all of a sudden, he was on the ball the entire time. And there's the final 5 minutes, you realise that, this Croatian side, they can play football, because all of a sudden, it's like it gave him the impetus to start running, receiving, passing. But England managed him so well. And
I thought Croatia were poor today. Yeah. I thought they were, when Modric is, I think that you were worried because he's great. But when he's getting the ball on the halfway line at the end of the game and not 20 yards out, 25 yards out, England have done a good job because they can just hound him out a little bit. And for Croatia to have like 1 long-range shot on target, and I know there were a couple of half chances for Rebic, I think, in the game. But for them to really not test Jordan Pickford at all, I think they'll be walking away from this one massively disappointed.
Yeah, and I think the thing about this Croatia side is when they got to the World Cup final, they were already, the average age of that team was like 32 or something. Like, this isn't.
I think you've gone over the end. Yeah, I think I mean, they might have brought some more younger players in, but
yeah, but
the better players are maybe past their best.
Yeah, and it's just that their golden generation probably isn't there. They're not. I mean, and we've talked about that side of the World Cup draw to death, especially when it was happening. It was the easy, like that side was just insanely easy for both England and Croatia to meet. But they could have offered more. They didn't offer more. England did a professional job. They won 1-0. And I think every England fan is probably sat at home happy right now.
Yes, absolutely. I don't think you can really argue with that. A couple of things. Why was this game played behind closed doors?
Oh, shut up, Ian. There were fans there.
Why didn't they make any noise?
They made tons of noise when they scored.
Why be excited that fans are back and then just sit on your hands all the time? I think next time Wembley, when the Scotland game, they should pipe in the crowd sweetening noise over the whole game.
I have no doubt that during the Wembley game, the fans will be significantly louder than they were for this. Also, it was
they must
way
have a load
too
of Man United fans in there. To be on the safe side, they better just pipe in the crowd noise over the top.
How big did England look in their white tops, though, Ian?
Oh my! That is probably the biggest takeaway from that. Carl Robinson,
huge.
He's a massive fan of Very Biased Opinions, by the way. He would have been just. He would have been able to not even watch the first half. He would have been fanning himself down from being too hyperventilated.
Oh my!
Yeah, that sort of thing. Right. Couple of things. I know you just. Let's touch on it quickly. Let's have our quick check-in with Thomas Pickering's Grealish loving. Didn't play today, Tom.
Why?
All I hear from you is Grealish. If he doesn't play or come on as a sub, how good is he?
Yeah, well, clearly not. Like, I'm so Jude Bellingham gets picked over him. Dominic Calvert-Lewin comes on for the final 2 minutes. I don't get it. Like, the game was crying out for a midfielder that could unlock an organized attack, and instead it was Jude Bellingham, who's basically just kind of center mid, and then Dominic Calvert-Lewin came on for 2 minutes at the end.
Game one. It's game one.
Yeah, but Jack has to play.
He will. There's more games to come in this tournament.
He doesn't play against the best opposition.
He's going to rotate players around.
Yeah, he'll play him in the third game when we're already through, and he's chosen to lose it because he thinks we'll get a better draw by playing like Germany instead of France.
You know what? I was actually looking like that, and it might actually be better if we did come second.
No, shut up!
But that doesn't look likely now because England have taken a massive step towards qualification with that victory over Croatia today. And the next game, we go into the Scotland game, worried about it because it's a derby game, but not needing to worry about it in terms of, oh my God, we've been crap in the first match. We need to desperately get something from this game now. So we can just look forward to it for the tense and exciting derby game we expect it to be. But that is everything from me. I'm going to throw it over now to Thomas to round out this video so we can both go and enjoy this glorious Sunday afternoon.
I want to thank all of you for watching, thanking our Patreon backers, thanking PJ Simpson, Robert Allen, Matthew Bowden. That's everyone, isn't it? Anyway, thank you to all of you. Thank you to all of our Patreon backers. If you're enjoying this channel, please consider signing up with our Patreon. We have a special Euro one that we're running through the summer. Thank you all for liking, commenting, subscribing. If you haven't liked, comment, and subscribed yet, do it. Do it now. Do it right now. Do it right now. Now. Do it. And we'll see you on Friday for the second match, England versus Scotland.
Will indeed.